So I'm gonna start this video with a confession. I actually haven't seen Animal Farm before the making of this video. I know that sounds like a lie because I literally have a series based around animals in a farm and the uprising of a pig. But that's where the similarities end, I think. Because thanks to you guys and your comments of how Brother Pig reminded you of Animal Farm, I felt a vital part of my childhood was missing. And I said, no more! Because I saw the trailer of the 2026 remake and I was going to make a video about it, but then it dawned on me, why not begin from where it all began? In a 1954 animation. If you watched my video on ages of animation, I think this was all around the metal age. I'll drop a link to that video somewhere around here. Animal Farm was written by George Orwell, whose real name is actually Eric Otto Blair. Eric had a secret identity before that even became a thing. He didn't just write a book about animals in a farm. It was actually a social commentary piece based on real events that actually happened in the 1917 Russian Revolution that subsequently led to the rise of the Soviet Union. Layers. Every character in the story mirrors a specific historical person. Old Major represents Karl Marx and Vladimir Lenin, the ideological founders of the revolution. Napoleon was Joseph Stalin, the corrupt leader blinded by power. Snowball represented Leon Trotsky, the idealistic leader exiled by Stalin, and the rebellion parallels the overthrow of Tsar Nicholas II, represented by Mr. Jones. Don't worry, these names will make a lot more sense when we start watching the movie. Now we have a brief history of the story. Let's get into the animation. The movie starts with the narrator describing the farm as a place of absolute misery, already setting the tone from the very beginning. Then we're introduced to Farmer Jones, a man drowning in his own misery with alcohol, which is never a good sign. His relationship with the farm animals is displayed as they obviously fear him, but one thing I quickly notice is that the pigs resent him more than they actually fear him because they cling to the gate, staring him down. It happened really quickly and very easy to miss, but nothing escapes my eyes. While Farmer Jones sleeps, we are introduced to Old Major, the oldest and wisest of the farm animals, basically the Master Ugwe of the story. And I know somebody is going to comment that the ancient one reminds them of Master Ugwe. Yes, I know. It's just a lot easier making tortoises the old guy because they kind of, live very old. But I'm getting sidetracked. Old Major organizes a meeting for all the farm animals who attend according to importance to the plot for some reason. And in the first row, we have the two most important characters, Snowball and Napoleon. And if you stare at them long enough, they start giving Gojo and Ghetto energy. I smell a fraud. The Old Major tells the animals how they are being exploited, walking themselves to an early grave with nothing to show for it. Tinubu! For in order to survive, they must fight. He concludes by reminding the animals that if they succeed, they must be better than the humans and treat every animal as equals. They celebrate by having the worst song performance of all time. And don't say I'm exaggerating, because Old Major dies mid-listen. Just like that, he actually dies. The very next morning, Farmer Jones forgets to feed the farm animals, and in their frustration, they break into the food store, and the animals go ham on the food, eating like their lives depend on it. Now guess who finally wakes up, shows up, slave master style, whip in hand, and speciesism in his eyes. Race, racism, species, speciesism. After a few cracks of the whip, the animals face him in an NFL formation. This quickly exposes the bitch in him as he runs without stopping or a drop in pace till he gets to the bar in town. He must have been really thirsty. But no, he wasn't. He went to get the squad so they can spin back and raise their KOD scores. Snowball sees them and starts to commander airwing all the animals, setting up formations. The animals attack, and just like Erwin, Snowball leads the front line and even gets hit by the first strike and gets shot during the battle. But even when wounded, Snowball shows no fear. The animals successfully chase the humans off, and of course with Snowball leading. Snowball is clearly a badass in this movie. It's almost as if he is the honored one. I'm looking at you, Napoleon. I didn't see you do anything in that battle. After the battle, they stripped the farm of all human possessions and tied a bloodied human shirt as a flag while they gather around the fire they made from the possessions and sing. Damn, I didn't know Animal Farm was this hardcore. The singing kind of sucked though. And to confirm this, the fire also dies mid-listen. The most deadly power these animals have is their singing. Later, the animals finally break into Mr. Jones' house, where they find items they don't understand and the corpses of their fallen brothers. Meanwhile, Napoleon is out here licking the hell out of this jam till he discovers the pups of the dog of the farm. Yeah, I forgot to mention this, the dog kind of died. And I know, right? 1 over 10 ass movie. Who kills the dog, man? After the animals leave the house, they render it off limits to all animals. Napoleon sneaks into the back and steals the puppies. He's a puppy thief too. I can already sense the seeds of evil being planted. Meanwhile, Snowball writes down the 5 basic laws in which the animals will follow to ensure equality, the birth of democracy. I think no animal shall sleep in a bed. No animal shall drink alcohol. Shit. 4 legs good, 2 legs bad. No animal shall kill another animal. All animals are equal. 5 laws so simple that even the dumbest of the animals could follow. Without Farmer Jones, farming had to continue to maintain food production. So they basically had to figure out how to farm without Jones, which they actually did. Wasn't like that difficult. Good thing they didn't burn the farming tools earlier. I even did a quick check, double check to make sure that they didn't burn the farming tools when they were, burning human possessions. Good job, movie. Good job. There is this little scene that shows fat ass Napoleon and his equally fat ass hype man Squealer gorging on the milk they were meant to store, exposing them for their greed. The animals did such a good job that summer that they had their biggest yield yet. With things going so well at Animal Farm, Snowball sends birds to spread the word of their glorious revolution of Animal Farm. This caused acts of revolt in other farms where animals were poorly treated. Later down the line, Snowball tries to educate the animals, believing knowledge was what the animals needed to stay successful. And you can imagine how horribly that went. To be honest, that made me wonder why Snowball was so special. The honored one. Hence my Gojo reference earlier. He even developed plans to build a windmill for power generation. Nigeria never fixed their NEPA. These pigs are trying to fix their own. I don't even think I can do that. Meanwhile, in the shadows, fat-ass Napoleon trains his personal dog militia. In the winter, Snowball gathers the animals to present his plan to bring electricity to the animal farm by the next winter. During this meeting, Napoleon keeps interrupting Snowball, and I felt like reaching into the screen and slapping the hell out of him like, why is Snowball letting this happen? It was at this point Napoleon struck. He summoned his dogs, who chased Snowball down and killed him. Just like that. This part right here really got me pissed because the other animals said nothing and did nothing about it. This was Snowball, for Christ's sake. The violent swine that led you guys to victory. You guys can tell I'm really pissed right now. I'm like freestyling this entire thing. Then Napoleon walks back in and claims Snowball was a traitor and planned to bring back Mr. Jones. And it's met with no context. Learn. He also makes himself the leader, claims the windmill plans as his, which is kind of expected at this point. He killed Snowball. What's some extra lies? After winter, construction began on the windmill, and guess which animals didn't do anything while instructing the others? The pigs. They even hoarded the food with the excuse of, we need it for our brains. Of all the animals, Boxer and Benjamin worked the hardest and longest hours. I can already tell a tragedy awaits these two. It was later discovered that the pigs had broken back into Mr. Jones' house and were breaking the first rule of Animal Farm already. No animal shall sleep in a bed. But before anything could be done, the pigs sneakishly adjusted the rule to no animal shall sleep in a bed with sheets. Damn. That's good. And for some reason, the animals have short-term memory to know that the law was changed. How couldn't anyone remember? One thing I love about this movie is the way which the low intelligence of the rest of the animals stays consistent throughout the movie. And it's this lack of intelligence that kind of keeps them in the position they are in most of the movie. And it is a flaw which is also constantly exploited by the pigs. Napoleon, in his grateful glory, had developed a taste for jam. And before you knew it, he started trading with the humans for more. In exchange, he tried to declare the eggs of the chickens as a means of trade. Clearly, the chickens weren't happy about this whole arrangement, and they were the first to revolt. Finally, some pushback. But this was quickly punished, with the cat being its first casualty. Napoleon, in his usual way, labeled the chickens and the animals that rebelled as traitors, and well, he gets them killed and changes or adjusts the last rule of Animal Farm to no animal shall kill another animal without cause. Fat-ass Napoleon is a dictator at this point because now he rules with fear. On the bright side, he banned singing because he figured that was the only thing that could take him down at this point. Smart move, Napoleon. Smart move. The humans hear the success of Animal Farm and the windmill being built and decide to strike. Except for ex-Farmer Jones, he is now an exceptional drunk. Now I guess he held on tight to his bad habits, the only thing he had left after losing the farm. Napoleon, seeing the humans approaching, quickly mobilizes the animals for a counterattack, which was pretty smart, disguising the animals and countering with a surprise attack from all angles. But unfortunately, guns exist. And you can imagine, bodies, while Napoleon stayed hidden and Squilla got drunk. How? And surprisingly, the animals win. But unknown to the animals, ex-Farmer Jones, yes, that Jones, sneaks into the windmill and blows himself up and the windmill as a final act of rebellion. Oh my God! This is clearly not a kid's movie. The animation style is very deceitful. Now the animals have to rebuild the windmill. And guess who is still working the hardest? A wounded Boxer and Benjamin. At this point, their lives are a lot worse, while the pigs are living in excess and multiplying. Very reminiscent of the classism that exists in our societies today, where progress is built on the backs of the blood and sweat of the masses, while a few enjoy in excess. Eventually, all the stress gets to Boxer and he gets injured on the worksite. To be honest, it's a miracle he survived. A big-ass rock fell on his head. With Boxer now out of commission, Napoleon and his cronies sell him to the glue factory for some whiskey. And like a good old politician, Squilla tries to lie about the circumstances of Boxer's death. When that doesn't work, he quickly remembers that, we are dictators. and he sends the dogs to put them in line. Generations later, the windmill is complete and the uprising is forgotten. Now the pigs walk on 2 feet, and at this point, they resemble humans, which was kind of creepy the first time I saw it. It is then revealed that all the laws of Animal Farm have been rewritten to all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others. This law finally develops a rebellion from all the animals as they gather to find the pigs who are celebrating their conquest and are starting to be indistinguishable from humans. And now history repeats itself as the animals, led by Benjamin, attack and slaughter their oppressors. Whew. Going into this, I didn't expect a 1950s animation to hit this hard. Honestly, watching a bunch of cartoon livestock spiral into a brutal totalitarian regime was not on my bingo card for today. The way it tracks the slow step-by-step breakdown of society is honestly flawless and mildly traumatizing. But as a writer and animator, what blows me away is the sheer ballsiness of it all. It proves something I'm always preaching with my own series, Brother Pig. Animation is not just for kids, and you can use it to tell incredible, gritty, realistic survival stories. Though seeing how everyone compares my work to this masterpiece, I'm starting to wonder if you guys really think I have this weird obsession with dramatic, stressed out animals. Look, if you love this kind of intense, high-stakes storytelling where the world is brutal and nobody is safe, you're definitely going to want to check out Brother Pig. And if you want to see me review the 2026 movie, let me know in the comments or scream at me in the streets. I don't bite. I haven't been seeing a lot of good reviews about the movie, and I'd like to see for myself. Let me know in the comments if the ending messed you up as much as it did to me. Smash the subscribe button and don't miss the next breakdown. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.